Hey, welcome to another episode of Mic Drop Monday. Of course, I'm Minister Robinson, and I am definitely excited about this episode. This time, I choose me. Very important message. It really is, because, the world that we live in, we constantly pour and pour and pour into other people's cups. But when our cup is empty, who comes to save us? I don't know. I really don't know. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let our featured speakers chime in on this subject, and maybe we can get some clarity on why it's important that you choose you.
Hello, Mic Drop Monday family. Yes, Allure Unique back again for another Mic Drop Monday week. Coming to bring forth some of this real struggle motivation to you. So let's jump straight into it, because this week's message is powerful. And this week's message is, this time I choose me. This time I choose me. And we must choose ourselves every single time. If you never did it before, here goes your new beginning. And moving forward, you need to do it every single time. And this is a declaration, not an apology. That's right, this is a declaration and not an apology. So mic check, mic drop. Welcome back for another powerful, soul-shifting episode of Mic Drop Monday. And this week, we're whispering. We're whispering that we choose ourselves. And this week, we ain't whispering. We're making a bold declaration that echoes through every space we've ever shrunk in. So yeah, we're whispering that we choose ourselves, but then we ain't whispering. Because guess what? We're making that bold declaration in every space that we ever shrunk in. This time, I choose me. This time, I choose me. Say it again and again, as many times as you need to, until it resonates with your spirit, man. Say it again out loud. Let it sit in your spirit. Let it confront the people pleaser in you. Let it agitate the version of you that used to suffer in silence just to keep the peace. Because today, we're not playing small. Not one more time. We are not playing small anymore. So let's jump into this. Let's go a little deep. Let's pull this apart. So first, let's talk about the weight of self-neglect. Let's be real. So many of us were trained to put everyone else first. Parents, friends, relationship, ministries, jobs, whatever it is. But somewhere along the way, we were caught and we were taught that selflessness meant invisibility. Selfishness meant invisibility. That love meant losing yourself. That loyalty meant overextending. And that choosing you meant you were selfish. But can I break that lie off you today? You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't thrive when you're barely surviving. You can't keep showing up for everyone else while ghosting yourself. Some of you have stayed in rooms that made you feel unworthy, uncomfortable, in jobs that drained your soul, in relationships that starved you, just so you wouldn't be seen as too much or ungrateful. But hear me, burnout is not a badge of honor. Neglecting yourself is not a spiritual gift, and dimming your light doesn't help anybody see clear. And I want you to understand that this time, we choosing us. This time, you choosing you. This time, I'm choosing me. And this is the moment of awakening. This is the moment of awakening. And there comes a moment, maybe it's today, when the silence gets too loud. When your soul starts screaming beneath the surface. When the person in the mirror is tired of waiting for permission to love. Let this be that moment for you. Choosing you doesn't mean you don't love them. It means you finally love you enough not to abandon yourself anymore. You see, when Jesus was tired, he rested, and you must rest as well. When he was overwhelmed, he withdrew to pray. You must withdraw, and pray as much as you need to. And when his assignment required boundaries, he didn't apologize. You must be unapologetic. Why are you apologizing? Why are you apologizing for what he modeled at that? Understand that you have a right to peace. You have a right to joy. You have a right to heal, not just in private, but in power. But now let's talk about the power of boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries, not walls to keep people out, but gates to protect what's sacred. When you start choosing yourself, not everyone will clap. Some folks like the version of you that kept saying yes through tears. Some folks depended on your exaltation for their comfort. But that's not your burden to carry anymore. You are not required to light yourself on fire to keep others warm. It's okay. It's okay to say no without guilt. To cancel things that cancel your peace. To walk away from what no longer aligns with God's will for your life. Every time you honor your soul, you're rewriting the narrative. You're saying, I am worthy. I am chosen. I matter too. And this becomes a part of the spiritual shifting, because you must have a spiritual shift in order to really know who you are and whose you are. So let me speak to your spirit right now. God didn't create you to be a background character in your own life. This isn't just about self-care. This is about divine alignment. When you choose yourself, you're actually choosing to honor the temple God gave you. When you choose rest, you're choosing reverence. When you choose your dreams, your calling, your healing, you're walking in obedience. And don't let religious guilt confuse you. Self-love and God-love are not enemies. They work together. Because when you rise in wholeness, others rise too. When you heal out loud, others find the courage to start their journey. This is spiritual warfare, and boundaries are a part of your armor. You must put on the whole armor in order for you to be divinely protected. This is why you want to drop that and get dark with the Lord. This is why you want to know that the struggle is truly your strength. This is why you want to get G'd up with him, so that you can gain the confidence that you need in order to proceed and succeed on yet in this battlefield of life. This is why you want to get G'd up again. This is why you want this living ecstasy. This state of wonderment and mental clarity that we bring forth week after week to empower, enlighten, and inspire your soul. To let that spirit man rise over that fleshly man, so that you can know truly who you are, and that you are somebody in the eyes of the Lord. So here's your Mic Drop Monday challenge. Take one action this week that says, I choose me. Whether it's unplugging, saying no, starting therapy, applying for that opportunity, leaving that toxic situation, do it with your head high. Do it with your head high, people. Understand that as you move forward, you must move forward in authority. Again, knowing who you are and whose you truly are. Despite what anyone says. Greater is he that is in you than any man or woman. So let's make this declaration. Let's say this to ourselves. Let's say it out loud as much as we need to. This time, I choose me, and I'm not apologizing for it. Understand you've been broken, but you're not defeated. You've been silent, but now it's your season to speak. You've been last on your own list, but no more. This time, you choose you. And that's not betrayal, that's liberation. Y'all, this is Keep Talking. This is Real Struggle, Strength, Motivation, y'all. On this Mic Drop Monday. Drop that again, dog, with the Lord. To know that the struggle is truly your strength. This time, choose you. Again, I'm Allure Unique. Y'all already know y'all can follow me on all streaming platforms under Allure Unique or Real Struggle, Strength, Motivation. I love y'all. Until next time.
Hey everybody, Kelly Morgan here, indie author, indie publisher, and welcome to another episode of Mic Drop Mondays. Today we're going to be talking about This Time I Choose Me. So let's talk about what that really means to choose yourself. Not in a surface level, treat yourself kind of way. I mean the deep, often uncomfortable, sometimes lonely decision to finally stop putting yourself last. Like I said, today's topic is This Time I Choose Me. So let's get into it. So what does it really mean when you choose yourself? Choosing yourself isn't about self-care Sundays. It's about saying no when you've been conditioned to say yes. It's about letting go of people and opportunities and habits that drain you. It's about admitting what was working is no longer working. What was choosing me for me? What did that look like? Well, for me, it meant taking back control of my time, my voice, and my creativity without waiting for permission. It also meant walking away from my comfort zone and walking into rooms where I didn't know a soul, but I brought my full self anyway. So I've got a couple of exercises for you to kind of start this journey. Number one, create a yes audit. Yes, a yes audit for 3 days. Write down every time that you said yes. And then ask yourself, did you mean it? Or were you just saying yes to please people? Do a mirror check-in. So each morning, I want you to go into the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror, and say out loud, today, I choose me. I am not selfish for prioritizing my peace. I want you to do that every single day. And if you don't remember to do it in the bathroom, when you get in the car, do it in the car mirror. Just do it in the mirror. We got to do a mirror check-in every day. Another thing that you can do, another exercise that I have for you is I want you to do a 10-minute non-negotiation block. 10 minutes just for you. I don't care if you journal, I don't care if you dance, I don't care if you sit in silence, but that 10 minutes is for you. It's non-negotiable. You're going to block that time. That 10 minutes belongs to you. And then, guess what? We're going to go to social media and we're going to do some unfollowing and we're going to do probably some muting. So remove the things that drain you. Those posts, those things that you're following, remove them. Remember, energy is currency. And if you don't protect it, nobody else will. So those are some things that you can do to start choosing yourself and putting yourself first. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out, why is it so hard to choose ourselves? I mean, let's be real. We have been trained to put others first, especially women, especially Black women. As creators, as caretakers, we are always putting others in front of us. We are taught to be likable, be flexible, and to be nice. We are also told to shrink ourselves so that others can feel big. And then we're also told to wait our turn. But you know what? That stops today. Choosing yourself does not make you selfish. And I know it's hard because we weren't raised to put ourselves first. We were raised to put everything and everyone else first. We were taught to believe that our worth was going to be tied to our usefulness. But guess what? Your value has nothing to do with your ability to produce, to give, or even prove. Your value is just your value. Guess what? If you want to kind of figure out what your value is or where your value is, I'm going to give you a little script. So we're going to write a no script. We're going to practice saying no. How are we going to say no? I got some different ways for you. We're going to start saying, no, thank you. That does not work for me. Or how about, I'm not available for that. Or how about, no, thank you, but I wish you all the best. And if it feels unnatural, that's okay. Practice saying it in the mirror. Better yet, this is a great time to start a journal, and then you can use it as a journal prompt. Start your no script and then add to it. And then start a prompt by saying something like, what's one thing that I've kept doing to avoid disappointing someone else? Great journal prompt. And then you can say, what would it look like if I stopped? Now let me pause here for just a moment. Journaling isn't about writing pretty, and it's not about getting free. It's about writing down the lie so that you can see the truth. For me, journaling helps me heal. Journaling helps me admit the things that I maybe don't want to say out loud. Journaling helps me process the guilt, the fear, the conditioning, and all the reasons why I was showing up for everybody but me. Journaling helped me get through that. And when I did journal, I didn't edit, I didn't judge, I just simply wrote. And that can work for you too. So this is a great time to start a journal and just write. It doesn't matter what it is, just write. Because in that writing, guess what? You're choosing yourself. All right. Now, let's talk about what all of this looks like in real life, because choosing yourself sounds great, but sometimes it's hard to see and translate in real life. So what does that look like? It might look like putting yourself first. Maybe if you're like me and you're in this space, it could be pulling my book down off a platform that really doesn't align with my values. It could be pitching myself to a podcast, even though I'm nervous and scared and afraid. It could be saying that, you know what, I am worth it. It could be saying, you know what, I'm tired and I'm going to give myself grace and I am going to allow myself to rest. It could be simply letting your phone go to voicemail because you don't feel like taking that call right now and you need silence. It's okay. It's okay. Choosing yourself doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet too. It can be a whisper or it can be as loud as a mic drop. But it's not about the optics. It's about the alignment. And alignment isn't always pretty, but I will tell you it is real. So, what do you need to do to start the transformation? Well, number one, I'll tell you what you don't need. You do not need an audience. You're going to show up for yourself. So we're going to do some brave things, some transformational brave things. We're going to pick one thing this week that aligns with us becoming who we are. One action that we've been afraid to do. And you know what? We're going to do it. And that could be booking that call. It could be canceling that thing. It could be asking for a raise. Hell, it could be just simply taking a nap during the day. But whatever that one brave thing is for you, go and do it. Then I want you to take energy inventory. Yes, energy inventory. And most of us have never even heard of such a thing, but I'm telling you, it's real. And how do you do that? Well, you make two lists. Two things you put on this list. Number one, what gives me energy, and number two, what drains my energy. And then once you get your list together, one small shift will help you honor that list. If something drains you, get rid of it. Use that list, honor it, but most importantly, put it into action. All right. So now what happens when we finally actually do these things? What happens when we finally choose ourselves? What happens when we finally put ourselves first? Well, I will tell you, things are going to shift. Yes, you're going to lose some people. Some people are going to fall off. But you know what that means? It means they were not meant for you. Stop chasing. You will start creating from a place of power. You're going to start attracting all the right people who don't see you as like a discount sticker. You're going to have clarity when you choose yourself because you're going to know yourself. And most importantly, you're going to start to trust yourself. That is power. That is peace. And then you're going to stop asking this question. Will they still love me? Will they still like me if I say no? We're not asking that question anymore. But what we are going to start saying is, if I love me, I'm already whole. Everything else is extra. Let me say that one more time for the person in the back. If I love me, I'm already whole, and everything else is extra. That's power. So do this. Write yourself a vision letter. Write a letter to yourself 6 months in the future. Put it in an envelope, seal it, put it away, and then read it to yourself 6 months later. And start it off by something like, "Dear me, I'm so proud of you for choosing blank. And here's what's different now." Great way. And then write that letter, seal it, put it away, go grab it 6 months later. Celebrate a win. Choose one thing that you did for yourself. I don't care how small, I don't care how big, just pick something and then celebrate it. Toast to yourself, clap it, call it out, because it is a win and you need to acknowledge that it is a win. How else can you choose yourself? Well, if you know me or if you follow me, you know that I'm big on affirmations, and guess what? I got some affirmations for you. I'm only going to say them once, but these are going to help you start to choose yourself. You ready? Here we go. I give myself permission to be the main character in my own life. I am allowed to take up space and protect my peace. This time, I choose me fully, boldly, and without apology. I no longer seek external permission for my internal decisions. And choosing me is not a betrayal, it's a return. You see, what happens when you choose yourself, when you start putting yourself first, not only do you begin to value you, but everybody around you begins to value you too. So, celebrate the little wins, give yourself affirmations, go do the exercises that I gave you. But more importantly, begin to believe yourself, begin to trust yourself, and most importantly, choose yourself. Wow, that is power. So if this hit you in the gut, then that's good. That means it's time for a change. And I've got the right tools to help you. I've got my books, You Sound White and Wait for It. They're bold stories that you can go get on my website. Also, when you visit my website, I have a free guide. So you want to write a book. It is completely free. If you want to start this journey, go get the guide, download it, start the journey. Also, if you're interested, you can come on to my podcast, The Author's Mic, and be a guest. And lastly, if you are a reader and you are interested in joining a book club, I have created the Indie Readers Society. Please join the book club. We're reading my book right now, Wait for It, but we can't wait to have more members join, and I hope to see you there. Once again, y'all, my name is Kelly, indie author, indie publisher. I'm so glad to be able to join you on Mic Drop Mondays, and I will see you next time. Has anybody ever told you that you speak well? Has anybody ever told you that you are so articulate? Has anybody ever told you that you sound white? And you might have even smiled and nodded your head, but deep down inside, you know that these things are not compliments. That is what You Sound White is about. If you've ever found yourself being judged for how you look, and especially for how you sound, this book is for you. If you have found yourself decoding a compliment, yeah, this book is for you. Go ahead, go over to my website to get your copy of You Sound White today. I'm happy to autograph it for you. And guess what? I even offer free shipping. Go ahead and check me out, brightheadedpublishing.com.
Hey family, welcome to another Mic Drop Monday, where we speak the truth, break chains, and remember who the hell we are. So this week's message is simple, but it's not soft, it's not polite, it's not for the crowd pleasers. The message is, this time I choose me. And if that ruffles feathers, if it makes folks uncomfortable, let them squirm, let them choke. Because we've spent enough years choosing everybody but ourselves. So let's be real. Some of us were raised to believe self-sacrifice was holiness, that silence was strength, that burnout meant you were doing something right. Like you're doing something right because you don't have no energy and time. And you learn to shrink yourself so others could feel big. And you said yes when your spirit was screaming, nah, Joe. Sorry, that's some Chicago terminology. But you were the helper, the healer, the one who held it down, even when it was breaking you. And you started thinking, if I stop showing up for them, who's going to show up for me? But let me tell you this truth. Choosing yourself is not abandonment. It's alignment. What happens when you keep putting yourself last? You get used to being empty. You call it strength, but it's survival. You stop dreaming. You normalize just being tired. And it's like you actually forget what peace even feels like. And then one day, your body breaks down. Your spirit checks out. And your soul whispers, baby, I miss you, boo. This is what happens when you betray yourself too long. So, this time, you choose you. Not as a backup. Not as a maybe. not when they approve. You choose you first, because that's what you're supposed to do. And that's what you're here for. That's why your spirit is inside of this body, for you to choose it. Choosing you might look like saying no to people without apologizing. Like, it's okay to just be like, no. You don't need a reason or an excuse. If you're drawn to give one, that is your choice, but you don't have to. So it looks like taking a break, without guilt. So when I have to have my mommy time, I tell the kids, look, hey, I need mommy time, and they know what's up. Don't bother me. I need my time, because they know if I don't get it, it's not going to be good for them or me. So it also looks like walking away from people who only love your struggle and not your peace. Because some people there, especially when you've been through a lot in life, they only resonate with the parts of you in your past that you've been through, which is your story, but people only attach themselves to that which can keep you held back. Like, it's good to recognize my story and the trials and struggles that I went through to get to where I am. But if you're only connecting with that, then you're just going to cycle that energy throughout the relationship. So it looks like investing in therapy, going to therapy, talking it out with somebody that you trust, that can actually help you, not somebody that's in the same boat or worse as far as the situation goes, because they're just gonna recycle your trauma to you. But that's for your intuition to figure out. So investing in therapy, praying, journaling, or just doing nothing but breathing and being okay with that. It might feel lonely, it might feel unnatural, but it is necessary. So choosing you is like a radical act of remembrance. I mean, it's not supposed to be, it shouldn't be this radical, amazing thing to choose yourself. It should be something that comes with the territory, but it's unfortunately, it's not. So it's you saying, I'm not here to be everything to everyone. I'm here to be whole. I'm here to be well. And I'm here to be myself, to be me and who I want to be on this earth, who I'm called to be, my path. So to the mom, grandma, auntie, whoever you are, who feels guilty for resting, to the friend who's always the therapist, and then when you give them advice, you don't hear from them until they have another issue they want you to solve. To the woman who's tired of being the strong one, let me say this with love, boo. You are not a machine. We have AI now. You don't have to be a robot. You are not their emergency exit. You are not selfish for needing softness. You were born to thrive. You were born to receive. Like, you holding back God's plan right now, being scary about yourself. He don't play about you, but you are. So you were born to be more than your responsibilities. So if they call your peace selfish, let them. Your peace was never meant to please them. So here's your affirmation for the week. I am not a martyr. I am not a doormat. I am not a background character in my own damn life. I choose me. And in doing so, I teach the world to love me properly. Because who else is going to tell them how to love you? You sitting up waiting for them to treat you a certain way, like, yes, it's okay. No, you have the keys. And you know what keys fit your lock, So you know what you're looking for. Act like it. So if this message spoke to you, share it. Tag somebody who needs to hear it. Support the Mic Drop Monday family. And if you're looking for more support, healing tools, or a space where you don't have to explain your pain, you are more than welcome to come connect with me. You have an open invitation. I am Jennifer Tolliver, founder of Raising Kings. Raising Kings is a platform for single moms raising sons, building legacy, and reclaiming peace. So follow me on IG. We are at Raising Kings _. And you can check in the link in my bio for lots of free tools, mentorship, and our support community. We have a podcast. It's Raising Kings 25. We're on YouTube. And yeah, so we got a lot going on. Our last guest we just had taught us how to invest in buying land in Africa, and it's way cheaper. Well, I should say it's a lot easier than what we think. He has payment plans. You can get a plot of land for $3,000 and start a payment plan with as low as $500. So yeah, get you a farm in Africa, but we're just doing a lot of things to help support and progress the community and to break everybody out of the box that's in their mind. So that's what we're doing on Raising Kings 25 on our YouTube for our podcast. And if anybody wants to be a guest who's interested, we are looking for awesome male mentors who want to give us some advice as single moms. We're looking for single mothers who've gone through the struggle, who have sons. And we're also looking for males who were raised by a single mom, because we want to know some things we can do better, and some things that we do that we need to keep doing that are awesome and really great. So come meet with us at Raising Kings 25 on YouTube and Raising Kings _. Now we get a bit esoteric over there, on Instagram, but it's all good. And yeah, we love you. So Raising Kings _ on Instagram, Raising Kings 25 on YouTube, raisingkings.live is the website. I am Jennifer Tolliver. Thank you all for sticking with my segment of another Mic Drop Monday. Shout out to everybody else on the panel, and I will see y'all next week.
All right, Minister Robinson here, and I just want to give my take on this because I'm going to be completely transparent with you. This was a lesson that took me years and years to learn. And the reason why is because we are taught at an early age that we have to choose everyone else first. I'm family, lovers, friends, husbands, wives. Everyone else should come first. And that is a draining task. We were taught that sacrifice equals love, but no one taught us how to love ourselves without guilt. We feel guilty. We feel like we're being selfish when we start pouring into ourselves. I mean, does that resonate with you? Sometimes you feel when you just pull away and say, no, listen, I can't deal with this right now. I've got to deal with what's going on inside of me. So this time I'm going to suggest throughout the rest of your life, okay, choose you, not because you're being selfish, but because you are sacred. Many a time, I have found myself in this situation where I am pouring into everyone, left, right, it didn't matter. Oh, you're going through a storm, let me help you out. And it falls into the whole idea that I feel that I'm chosen. I feel that I have perfect purpose. I feel that I have something that I need to do. And that thing is to go out there and constantly assist others. Okay? And sometimes it can be draining, especially when you run into those people that you poured everything into to get them through their storms. And I'm talking about the people that are close to us. We've just poured and poured and poured. And, when we find ourselves exhausted, when we find ourselves tired, when we find ourselves burnt out, it's like we're running around with a cup and saying, hey, listen, I really need your help. And nobody has time for you. That's the sad thing about this world. Nobody has time for anything else but what they're going through, their problems. And this should be the reason that you have to take time out for yourself. Yes, go and be of assistance. I find that I feel miserable if I can't be of assistance to someone. I really do. But you also have to replenish your spirit, because how helpful can you be if you're constantly carrying along your personal storms with no help? After a while, that just starts to overflow, and then you're not being of assistance to anyone. especially yourself. The belief in yourself, the belief in what you have inside of you is what is important to reminding yourself that you need to choose you sometimes, not all the time. That's when it becomes selfish. When you just say, I ain't got no time for nobody. I'm not going to help anybody out. I'm just going to sit in the corner and pour into myself. I'm going to be the greatest thing ever because all I'm doing is pouring into myself. That's kind of selfish. You know, I believe in reflection. I do. I practice it myself. I think reflection is a good way to start to pour into yourself. Debrief your whole freaking day. Are you chosen? Do you go out there and assist people? Debrief those moments. How you felt. You know, how you made the other person feel. But how did you replenish your spirit? Because I'm going to tell you, being an empath, being a chosen one, it drains your spirit. Every time you go out there and you're being of assistance and you're taking on the burdens of everyone around you, it's exhausting. And you feel it. You know, sometimes I just like hit the sack and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I really can't do this anymore. But you know what you can do? You can reflect, you can journal, you can, you know, figure out how you can be a better person for yourself. You know, we don't believe in validation, Church of Real Talk. We don't believe in that. We don't believe in validating our purpose to anyone. Your purpose was given to you by your higher power. It was given to you by the universe. You need to follow that purpose. If you're going to validate anything to anyone, it's your higher power. That's the only person you need to validate. Hey, listen, I'm doing my job. I'm doing the damn thing that you sent me down here for. 4 trillion to 1. So you have to always honor your higher power by following within the path that is being chosen. And 99.9% of the time, if you're chosen, you were put here to assist others. Look at all of the people that, look at Mother Teresa, look at Jesus, look at Gandhi, look at Malcolm X, look at Martin Luther King Jr. I can spend the rest of my time just going through names of people that were of assistance to others. But all of these people believed in pouring back into themselves. Some of them did it with prayer. Some of them did it with meditation. You know, they knew the importance of recharging those batteries so that the next time that you're out there being of assistance, you've got a full charge up in you. And it makes your life a little bit better when you pour into yourself, when you begin to understand yourself, the complexities that drive you, the things that make you feel as if you're chosen, the things that make you feel as if you have a purpose, the things that make you want to go out there and be a better version of yourself. But if you're not stopping and looking at the version I am today and the version that I could possibly be tomorrow, you're not stopping to actually choose you first, how can you help anyone? There's this old saying, you can't love anyone until you love yourself. You know, if you don't love yourself, that's going to be the worst relationship ever. Okay? You have to understand how to love yourself before you can give love to another being. I mean, when we have kids, that it just seems like it's automatic. But deep down inside, if you take a real deep look at the situation, you love that child because you created it. And you love the fact that you created life. And then you love the fact that you have the capability, the ability to guide this sentient being into a greater version than even you are. But that comes from loving yourself at the very core. And then you can pass that love on to that child. That way you can pass that love on to your partner, to your family members. You got to love yourself first. And if you don't pour into yourself, how are you going to love it? How are you going to know how to love yourself? You know, that's the real question. How do you know how to love you if you're not taking a moment to understand and pour back into yourself? This is part, just a wee part of the journey that Church of Real Talk is embarking on, because there are so many people that are emotionally abused, that are in toxic relationships, that have toxic family members, and they don't know how to deal with it. And we're trying to find different ways, okay, to be of assistance to them. You know, we're going to have the monthly healing circle. It's going to be on Zoom, where people can just get on. You know what I'm saying? And debrief. Pour back into themselves, because when you're in these toxic relations and situations and stuff like that, it drains you so much. And if you're in a narcissistic relationship, you're going to soon find that every time they even think you're trying to pour into yourself, well, they're going to put the brakes on that. You know, some people are just coming to the realization of who they really were, or should I say who they used to be. But they have to take the time to choose themselves. See, in narcissistic relationships, your abuser wants you to always choose them. Never choose yourself. That doesn't work for their agenda. And what we want people to do is to take the time to choose themselves first. It's not being selfish. This is how you become greater. This is how you come to understand yourself. This is how you become to be a better sentient being. You know, all the information for all the stuff that we're doing at Church of Real Talk, this movement, can be found in my bio. Just hit the link tree, you know, and there's just so many different options, okay, to fulfill the needs of having people pour back into themselves, to have people choose themselves. You know, a lot of people have gone years just never thinking about their wants, their needs, you know, emotionally, spiritually, you know, even physically. They don't take the time, you know, because they're so busy running around with a cape on, trying and sometimes failing to take the weight of the whole world, the burden of the whole world on their shoulders. I want you to, if you just take a baby step, just take a baby step. Take 20 minutes to go reflect, to journal, to meditate, to say affirmations, to get to know and understand yourself better. Just take baby steps. Break off time. Get away from everybody. Just say, no, I have to do this. This is essential to my growth. I must do this. Go sit in the car. Go walk in the woods. Well, you know, a lot of stuff goes on in the woods. I'm not going to say the woods, but go someplace where you're not going to be bothered. And reflect on the person that you are, and reflect on the things that you want and the things that you need. You're not being a burden if you're in a relationship and you say, hey, listen, emotionally, I need to feel this way when I'm with you. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, hey, listen, I'm setting these boundaries because when these boundaries are crossed, I feel uncomfortable. You have to begin to choose you. You know, stop giving in to everybody else's wants and needs and ignoring your own. It makes no sense. Every time I find myself in a situation where I feel people are testing my boundaries, people are not listening to what it is that I want. You know, I remember what my grandmother used to always say. She used to say, Butchie, you came in this world by yourself and you're probably going out by yourself. You're the only one that really matters. Think about that for a second. Yeah, I'm chosen. I get to go assist everyone. That's what I do all damn day long. I try to motivate and inspire. That's what the people here do. They motivate and they inspire. Go check out what they're doing. You know, you might not be in a toxic relationship. Okay, you might have an issue with raising, you might be a single mother and you're raising males and you want to make sure, again, you want to make sure that they become the best version of themselves. Go visit Jennifer's Linktree. Okay, you know, you're an author, you're trying to navigate the landscape because you have, you know, a piece, a book, something that you feel can reach the masses. Go hit Kelly up. How about it's right in the details. You know what I'm saying? Allure, she comes to the table with fire. You know what I'm saying? What she says is real struggle, real strength. Listen, here's the deal. We struggle every day. Sometimes we struggle a little bit, sometimes we struggle a lot. Reach out. See what she offers. You know, if you're going through a toxic or a narcissistic relationship and it's bringing you down, listen, we heal together. We definitely heal together. Hit me up. Come to a healing circle on Zoom. Comfort of your home. You don't even have to get on camera. You know, come check out what it is that we offer to motivate and inspire the world to do what? Become the best version of yourself. Because we need, the world is cray-cray right now. We need all the, boots on the ground right now. Okay? This is spiritual warfare. I'm going to tell you right now, there's so much evil, there's so much toxicity in the world. I've been on this planet for a little while. I'm not going to say how many years, but I've been on here for a little while. And it's just amped up year after year after year. And here we are in 2025. And turn on the news if you don't believe me. This is spiritual warfare. So we need all of you warriors to take the advice that we give here on Mic Drop Monday. Take it. You know what I'm saying? We need you to shed all of the things that you believe are holding you down. Get rid of them. If they're not helping you, if it's weighing you down, get rid of them. Cut. Make it gone. Okay? If you need to strengthen your spiritual awareness, do it. Meditate, affirm. Go out there and actually, reflect on the person that you are. Go out there and do that. Because we need the best of the best right now in the world. We need all of you to come to the battle with your A game. Okay? Because we can't let this evil, this toxicity, and these narcissists, we can't let them destroy what we're trying to bring to the table. And with that being said, thank you for joining us right here on Mic Drop Monday. I don't know why my arm just keeps on disappearing in the camera, but it's turning black. I don't know. Anywho, thank you for joining us right here on Mic Drop Monday. I want to thank all of our featured speakers. Go out there and choose you today, okay? Choose you. If it's only for half an hour, choose you. Take baby steps. With that being said, Minister Robinson, Church of Real Talk, and the reason why we all do this, I'm going to tell you straight up. I tell you every time. Love you guys.
Some days the sky turns gray and it's hard to see your way. People talk, shadows creep, try to steal your flame away. But there's a spark in your soul, stronger than you know. And even in the silence, you've got a fire that glows. So keep shining, don't you dim your light. You were born to blaze, even through the night. The world needs your truth, your voice, your fight. So stand tall, rise up and keep shining bright. They'll say you're too much or you're not enough, but that's 'cause they can't handle what you're made of. You're the storm and the calm, the wild and the wise, a radiant soul under heavy skies. So keep shining, don't you dim your light. You were born to blaze, even through the night. The world needs your truth, your voice, your fight. So stand tall, rise up and keep shining bright. You've come too far to fade away.